Hey guys, welcome back. It is your favorite Gimp with a Limp. We're going to jump right back into where we left off here with combat. We're going to be doing the third and fourth impulse, hopefully quickly. Before we do, a couple of little corrections I want to address. There are these two guys here that should have been automatically revealed when they were fighting over here in Baker Company. When they started shooting, they should have automatically been flipped over. That's my mistake. I was trying to cut a few corners by not going to the phone to look up the rules on the most updated rules. I was just checking in the rule book itself. I thought I had caught all the differences, but I missed that one. So yeah, definitely make sure you're using the updated rules if you have them. I'm not going to bother to print them out, but I do have them pulled up. So I'll definitely just be operating off of those. So yeah, if they shoot, they flip. Yeah, pretty easy to understand. As far as these guys are concerned, now one thing I'm a little curious about over Meow is the way it works with alerting and waiting and prepared and all this other good stuff. Because when they get alerted, they get a card, gives them the orders. Now, the way I'm understanding it is if he were already flipped, and since he was in building, he was in cover, he would have done a troop quality check to see if he was going to get orders that were listed down on the card or just take like a fire order instead, because it wouldn't behoove him to move. We're going to keep the orders that they've got for now, just, learning experience. I'm not going to fade it that far back. But I think I played that wrong. I couldn't find something that said one way or the other as far as alerted and waiting. As far as it goes, it says, alerted, they get an order card and they go with it. But I'm thinking it should be clarified. I read it. I could have missed it. So if I did, you guys let me know, that they should get alerted, then do a troop quality check. And I would probably just go ahead and do that anyway, especially for a situation like this where this guy was in the building. If they're already in cover and they get alerted, do a troop quality check to determine the order, because him evading out here and basically moving towards my troops isn't exactly the best of orders that he could have gotten. And I think the troop quality check is a good thing to do there, just to run the game better. That's why the rule exists in the first place, but it doesn't specifically address on when they're going from alerting to or waiting to alerted, right? So we're just going to leave things as they are. Like I said, I don't mind backtracking a little bit, but this is backtracking a lot, and I don't want to have to backtrack too far and get too confused. So we'll just leave it as it is. Any of the rest that activate from here on out, I'm going to play that way, where we do the troop quality check to check before they leave cover. And as it is, if they pass, they'll stay in cover, and they'll get something like a rapid fire or aimed fire order. And then if they fail the troop quality, then they'll take and move out or do whatever order is listed down on their card. All right, so we are going into phase 3, and we have Baker Company, Baker Squad over here activating first. And I should have done a spotting check there. Wait, he wouldn't have moved out till there. So no, I did not miss a spotting check. I did look. Where's my laser? Right here, the spotting check for these guys, but all of these fellas are spotted down here. So it doesn't matter for him making the spotting, but I would attempt to spot him potentially on my turn, actually this round. So with third impulse, he's not going to move. He's only got one move left. He is doing an aimed fire, which is slower. Nothing going on here in the third impulse for him. And he's crap anyway because he didn't check his rifle before he set out. And he's already at low ammo. You suck. So we are going down here to, who is this? Mr. Johnson? Johnson. I served with a Johnson. He's real big. He was a hoss of a guy, like just huge man. I remember I kicked him one time. He didn't like that. He took that kind of poorly. All right. Remember, suppressive fire doesn't actually hurt the enemy, but it will cause morale checks, which we did get a morale check over here earlier. And the only thing we are going to have is our -2 modifier So rolling on this, we are going to need a 3 or under. Sorry, my little girl's yelling in the background, but we did get a 2, so that is good. We did pass that, so he does have to make a morale check. And now his morale is even worse because he was already at cautious, and I think, yeah, that's going to affect it. He's going to have the -1 being applied, so that's going to bring him down to a 3. Okay, so let's do this morale check here real quick for him with the -1 applied from his already lowered morale. Oh, that is horrible. That is actually very bad. Let's see, I think 9 changes it even worse. Failing a morale check, rolling 9 on a rally order. Okay, so, oh no, 2 levels if a 9 is rolled during a morale check. So he is actually changed to a rout, not to shaken. Hold on, let me grab the counter here. All right, so he's actually getting switched to a rout because he's going down 2 levels. He would have gone down to shaken, so he's actually routing now. This is actually really good for me. Could have switched him over to shaken. That would have reduced his effectiveness even further. But as it is, he is now routing, which I think is going to change him completely. He shouldn't be moving towards me anymore. He's now going to be moving away, like towards their edge of the board. Yep, there is a route line for the enemy, and it's going to depend on basically how this is set up for your scenario. For them, it's 3-2. So essentially, they're trying to move in this direction to the right side of the board. So that's now how he's going to go. I think it's going to behoove him to move into that building on his next activation, but he is definitely routing away now. We'll put that on top because he's trying to get out of dodge at this point, and he's going to have to make a rally attempt later on to see if he can get back into this game. So basically, once he gets out of line of sight of any of my characters and he's kind of in a more safe area, he'll make a troop quality check. And then if he is successful, then he'll select a rally order and hopefully, bring himself back around. If he fails, he's going to continue to move on away from all of my guys. All right, well, that worked out pretty well. I'll take that. I think that finishes off Baker. Yep, Baker's done. So now we go to Red. Red is doing sneaky, and third impulse means nothing for them. Rest of the ones over there still aren't activated. They're all still far enough away that they're not going to get stuck in just yet. But I believe it's actually the next turn that we're going to have more enemies showing up on the board. And I'm not exactly sure where they spawn, so that could be a problem. Although I'm taking a little bit too long. I need to kind of get in there. All right, so now we go to Abel. And with Abel, I'm going to have him move forward, and we're going to switch this out for a duck back because I don't want him moving any farther at this point. He's got into the building where I wanted him to, provide some covering fire. So we're going to switch this out for duck back. Duck back just like that. See if I can get it focused in. Yeah, there you go. So that's going to be his maneuver. And 2 fellows down here. I know I've got him heading for the hedgerow. I want him in the middle, so he's going to go 1 there. And he's going to go 1, 2, because he's trying to get over here by the end of it. Let me move the camera down just a bit. So yeah, on the next activation, next impulse, the leader will go here. That way he's got a little bit of cover and can start putting rounds down. Maybe, where's my laser? Cover this little avenue right here, this little opening. And this guy over in the trees can start putting rounds over here to the right and kind of cover as the rest of my guys flank around, which means Baker squad over here can actually kind of run in because now they've only got Red over there. So I could probably give these guys some sprint orders and maybe have this one that snuck up provide some covering fire, or maybe have him run in too. Maybe we'll get some melee going. We'll see. All right, so now we're back to Blue's Impulse, and I was looking at their order card, and their route number is 3-2. Okay, so that means first impulse 3, second 2, third impulse 3, and 3 is actually going to put him here, not there. Next one will put him there, and he's going to keep going along, so he's actually still in the line of fire at this point. That works for me, but it's not the best for them, although I don't think I've played the enemy very well during this game, so don't hold that against me. All right, so that finishes off the third impulse. Now we're going to fourth impulse. Going back to Baker. We'll move him up. He's done. He's got one shot left. We'll go ahead and roll for him. Definitely still got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, still there, which means the modifier now is going to change for him. He's shooting. Oh, let me find it first. Shooting at a guy who's routing in the open. All right, so we're going to go with what his order still was, which was evade. So open, evade, -1. Not great, but we'll deal with it. And his skill is a 4, so that means he needs a 3 or under to cause a hit. We could actually try to cause a damn wound this time. Yes, we got him. Oh, yeah, good job. And it wasn't a 9. Okay, so at this point, this is where we are going to draw a card for him to see what his wound is going to be. And he got himself a bad wound. This is actually really, really bad for them, since that's one of the worst wounds you can get besides just dead right off this bat. Hold on, let me grab a wound counter. Yeah, his stats are pretty well just blown to shit at this point. Bad wound isn't going to really matter. His order is going to get changed to a duck back. Now, he would normally make a wounded morale check for being hit, but he's already at route, so it really doesn't matter for him. He's running, so he's trying to get the hell out of Dodge. But we will take this evade off of him and put a duck back on him. So throw the duck back counter. We got a lot of counters on him. Bad wound counter, which reduces all of his stats by 3. His stats are almost completely gone. Now that can be bandaged. I believe it's on the other side. Yep. If you bandage a bad wound, it will reduce that negative modifier to a -1 instead of the -3. But he's got to get to someone with medical training, and we don't even know if they have one yet. So that's bad for them. But he's still trying to book it the hell out. Hey, finally, you're doing good. Suppressive fire, which I forgot that I could roll 2 dice. We're going to choose to not fire with him, actually, because I can't really do anything else to him. I've already got him down to routing. He's at the worst morale he can get. I don't think that can affect him anymore. And the thing is, though, with this bad wound, on his next order, he can't take, he could have taken a sprint to try to get away faster, but he's not going to be able to do that with a bad wound. I think the fastest he can actually go is evade. I'll double check that just to make sure. It might even be sneak. He might be moving down down to 2 hexes, trying to get the hell out of Dodge, but we'll see what happens with him. But yeah, I'm not going to worry about firing with the BAR because what am I going to do? There's nothing more. He's done. I can't make him any less happy about being in this situation than he is. And the worst I can do is roll a 9. All right, so that finishes up Baker. Now we go to Red for his last activation, and he's going to move towards 5, which will put him right there, which means I may only have one guy that actually can trace a line of sight to him. I was really hoping to do a check on this guy and see if I could do it, but it might be close to squeeze that one out. That building's going to block line of sight, but hopefully he might be able to squeeze up into the building and start trying to put fire out on my guys to keep them from coming at it, because my next plan is to run these guys in while these guys provide covering fire. But we'll see. That takes care of Red on their final 4th impulse. That brings us down to Abel. So we are going to move up here, and we're going to go 1, 2. And I believe that is going to change some stuff up because I should be able to make some checks here. Yep, I do have a line of sight over there to Red Boy, so I can try to take a peek at him, see who he is. And I've got a line of sight over here to this blue one, so I can try to figure out who he is. But now he can, well, my guy's already spotted, which means he hasn't activated yet. He hasn't alerted, but he could be alerting soon. If I start shooting at him or doing anything, he'll be alerted. I'll check it again, but I think I have to be closer than I am to cause him to automatically alert. When activated, if he has a line of sight to a spotted enemy character, so he would have one. Do I want to go there? If I go there instead, I can wait one more round, but I don't think we got the time. Let's do it. Let's get him going. He's not going to activate until the next one anyway, so he is actually going to go alert. That's fine. We're not gonna sweat it. It is what it is. So we'll do a spotting check there. We'll do a spotting check up here. Let's do our spotting check here first for my leader onto the red one. Red one is in the open. In the open with a sneak order. It's only going to be a -1 with a true quality of 6. That's actually pretty good. That means there's a good chance I have of spotting him. Let's see what we get here. Come on, spot this SOB. No, 9. No, thank God that wasn't for something else. I'd be running out of ammo or something. All right, so he didn't get spotted. Only one I'm going to have left over here is Blue Boy. Let's see if we can get a spot going on him. Now, he is in a building, and he has no order. So no order in a building is going to be just a -1. That's not too bad. Okay. Oh, wait, no. I was looking at the wrong spot. No, still -1. Right down here. Perfect. All right. Let's see if we can spot him. That is... I'm trying to put my dice tower where I'm not blocking anything. 4, so 3 or under to spot him. Nope. Damn, missed both. Crap. That sucks. All right. Now that, I think that finishes it out. Yep, Abel's finished out. They can't shoot, can't do anything else. I got them into the spots I wanted them to be in. And my medic is the one that stuck out here. Damn, I should have switched those guys around. I just realized I sent my medic out on the flank. Not good. Not good, Gimpy. You don't send the medic out there. The medic should have been over in this building, and this guy should have been over here. But oh well. Live and you'll learn. Now, Blue's activating. He can't go any further. He got a duck back order, so he's not doing crap else. On his next activation, he will try to get an order, the fastest maneuver he can actually take with his bad wound to continue to try to move around, but getting shot slowed him down, so he effectively got stopped there. And this one is going to alert. And because he's alerted, he's going to alert because he's within a few hexes of him. And he's going to alert. Damn, I got to move this over now. Damn, everyone but one has alerted. Shit, that sucks. Now I'm thinking, no, okay, I should have pulled him back and waited one more round, but that is all right. The red guys over here, they're not going to do anything. I'm not even going to bother drawing orders for them because since all of these guys are unprepared and this is our 4th impulse, they wouldn't be getting orders until the next round anyway. So it's not going to change stuff for them. So yeah, they'd be activating on the 1st impulse on the next turn. Same thing. I'll draw orders for them and just see what they do then. Only thing I got to worry about is their spotting check, which is just going to be the single blue guy since he's the one that's getting activated. And it's a sprint in the trees that he's looking at. That sucks. Sprint in the trees is a 0, so he actually has a decent chance of Oh, I'm already spotted. He doesn't have to do a spotting check on him anyway. What the hell am I doing? That's what caused them to activate in the first place. Oh, well, it's just me wanting to identify them because I'm really hoping some of these guys are dummies because it could be, remember, that I could have some Charlie squad guys over here, because these guys can be from Charlie team as well. And that would be great if I had like a Charlie team member over here, but they will act like they're not Charlie team up until I identify them. But once we get to that point, I have to flip them over just to check. Even if my guys haven't spotted them, we check to ensure they're not dummies and go from there. All right, well, looking at it here, let me back it up a little bit. You guys can see we've all got stuck in. There's a line of my guys here. We tore up one of their guys who jutted out a little bit. Now he's running away, but we have activated all 4 of their frontline troops, and that's actually kind of bad because from where these guys are, they can flank around on me fairly easily and get into this side. And especially if Red moves down over here, gets into this building, he's already got a good line of fire and he's in cover. He can move forward a single hex and still be in cover and have a line of fire down to my guys, so they can all 3 be in a position of cover and still able to fire at my guys. And then I've got like a little death trap that I've got to cross, because remember, that's my target. I have to cross here and then go over. So it might behoove me on my next turn to try to run across over to here, get some stuff in between me and them to block line of sight. But blue's going to have, let's see, relatively decent line of sight up to about there. Yeah, so he can hit to about here. These guys will have an easy chance running across, but we still got the red guy way up here. So it depends. We'll see. All right, so we're going to cut it here. That finishes out the 3rd, 4th impulse for turn 2. We're going to be going into turn 3, spawning some new guys for the enemy team. I think they get 3 or 4 in the scenario that get added during this turn, and I don't really have a choice. I got to get running in. I've got to get at least 1 guy over there, and I've got 3 turns to do it from now. And just sprinting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can get there in a single sprint order, so I got a little time. This guy can. This guy could get close. Let's see, it's 6 hexes, I think. No, 7 hexes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, both of these 2 could actually get to my objective in a single turn with the right order, but it also kind of leaves them out in the open doing that. But it depends. But once I get there, then I still got to survive whatever they've got going on. Because remember, I don't know what's coming out of this bowl. Oh, and I still got to worry about Dummy over here with low ammo, because if he fires and rolls a 9, he's out of ammo. I effectively lose him for a turn. That's bad. That's a guy going down for a whole turn just would wipe that. I'd probably just run him out in the middle and say, hey, stand there and keep the Germans' attention for a minute while everyone else does their job. All right, but if you guys have any questions, as always, feel free to put them down below. I do appreciate you guys helping me keep things on point as much as possible with your comments. It's really helping me out because, like I said, some games I just find that I have a harder time keeping track of. And part of that is me. It's partly my memory with a brain injury and shit like that. Mine, short-term memory with a game with a whole lot of triggers like this one has, where you have if this, then this, if this, then this going on. It can be sometimes hard for me to keep track of all of that, and I have a little bit of trouble keeping it in my mind. But I think I'm doing all right job. I will say I am enjoying combat, though. I do like the game. It kind of reminds me of a first date that's going a little rough there at the start. You're having a hard time breaking through that hard exterior. But once you get in there into the nice, warm, meaty interior, you're happy at the end of the date. You know what I mean? All right. But anyway, we're going to call it quits on this one. You guys put your comments down below, and I will see you in the next part. Y'all take care.